We're in an absolute mess. We got stuff absolutely everywhere, and we're running out of space drastically. Quick. I need to expand because at the moment it's really slowing me down. So what we're going to do is clear everything out of this room, and then put in 2 new desks. And you'll see what I mean. You're probably thinking, well, how can you fit 2 new desks in here when there's already 2 desks in here? You'll see. So where have we got to? We cleared the majority of the room of all that crap. Moved this here, but I'm actually going to get rid of that because that's rubbish. Hydraulic press probably going to go there. Still got these tables to clear of like the small little bits, but this is some of the stuff I'm working on, so I don't want to mess it up at the moment. And then gonna get this big shelf out, cut it in half, and put that down next to it, and form a shelf along the top, like a stand-up desk. But before we do that, gonna come here because it's all horrible and dark, as you can see. Gonna paint that all white so it's much brighter, better to work in. I am now covered in dust and shit and old spiders and horrible stuff. Right, cutting with this. Fast, effective. Lovely. Okay, so these are now both 110 high. They're cut in half, close enough. Speed is of the essence, or time is of the essence. I'm not sure which one the saying is. So that was fantastic. And then get them close together, put a board across the top. But before I do that, just quickly sand these down to their same height, then level it all with a bigger level, and then jobs are good. But we're not going to put them back in just yet because, as I said, that needs painting. So I've got these 2 big 2.4 by 1.2 metre boards. They're going to be cut up for the big old shelves. They're posts just to make up the order for delivery, and the battens are all under here. And I'm just going to paint this now. Make sure you don't get any splinters or and just also then you need less light in the room. You'll see what I mean. Found this in the garage. It's not mine. It's family's. Load of white paint, 10 litre. Mixing up a bit with water for the old to prime the wood, and then going to be sloshing a load of that on, nice and good. Okay, everything is out. That room is now painted. You might be able to see it. It's whiter than it was. These desks I cut in half are back in. And now in this room, we have some more desks. I'll give a little bit of explaining because people seem to be confused as to why I've put them in front of the windows and walls. So this one down here is a sitting desk, and this one is a standing desk. This one's at about 140 centimeters, and yeah, it's a little bit high to work on for a long period of time. But with a one step, then it's quite quick, way and easy, to work on as a stand-up desk. So these are done for things that I'm not going to be working on a huge amount, but it is quite useful to have the two levels. I thought all this wasted airspace is pointless. You might as well use it up. So here's what it looks like sitting down, and it's not bad. If I take my hat off, excuse the hat hair. You can see, even if you try and bash your head, you can't. It looks like you can there, but there's plenty of room. A couple lights. One, which way? This way. 2, and 3, 4. 2 of them. That one's not mounted yet. They're in series 2 and 2 because I didn't want to plug in 4 plugs, and I didn't go to the effort of actually wiring in switches into the wall. But now you can see that it's brilliant. These are floodlights, and they're super cheap. They're £8. Bit of telephone cord or whatever, 0.75mm copper. Then wire them up in series. And jobs are good, super cheap. Angle them. Look at this. Okay. Points down anywhere you want, and once you got it there, you can spin it. Well, that helps when it's up here. Spin, spin. So that's why I got those instead of normal lights, because normal lights, they're too fixed, too homey looking. You want it more, industrial. And I want actual lights. I want to be able to see what I'm doing. My biggest pet peeve is darkness when you're trying to work. Absolute nightmare. So let me think about what I'm going to say next. Then I'll carry on. If you notice, one thing I didn't want was big triangular sort of cross members bracing back towards the wall and limiting the availability of the desk space and accessibility. That was one thing that was quite annoying. So I've opted for double battens going across instead. Same under here. You can just see that. Yeah. So it's quite strong. It's not going to take a huge force because obviously nothing's supported in there. But if for some reason I decide I want to sleep up there, then I can put in a vertical here and that'll be fine. This side's obviously pretty strong. I had to make a little frame there. These are standard 3x2s. So yeah, if you have any questions about how I constructed this, then let me know. Big coach marks on the wall, as you've seen already. Cool. Yeah. Right, got a little step ladder to prove it. So as you can see, one step, not bad. Head not too far from the ceiling, so if you're super tall, excuse that. So if you're super tall, then you'll be alright. Next step up. Yeah, pretty good for me. My head don't touch. Got to watch out for this light. And then, yeah, nice standard working height. So step ladder it is, but I will be thinking about getting one of those little librarian trolley things that they use to go along for the bookshelves. That'll be a good idea. Nope, that's pretty much it. Yeah, you got the shelf coming along here, which is a smaller shelf. This is 465mm. These are 750. These are more desks. Desk 2.0. I was going to put one across here as well where I'm working, just a thinner one, but might not need it at the moment. I've still got the wood if necessary. I might put it up here as an actual shelf more along that back wall, and then hopefully I should have enough space for another couple of months, or at least to start doing some better work. And that's pretty much it. We're going to get everything back in now and then sort it out and lay it out properly. So